Forecasters are issuing a serious and urgent weather alert. A powerful and highly unusual weather pattern is forming over North America. We are tracking not one, but a series of 4 distinct Arctic blasts. They are expected to sweep across the continent over the next 14 days. This rapid succession of frigid air masses is a significant event. The intensity and frequency of these cold waves demand immediate attention and preparation. This is not a typical winter forecast. It's a signal of a prolonged, potentially dangerous cold period. This pattern is characterized by persistence. Each blast will reinforce the cold, preventing any meaningful warm-up between surges. We emphasize urgency now on October 29, 2025, before the first wave arrives. The engine driving this extreme weather is located high above us in the atmosphere. The primary cause is a disruption of the stratospheric polar vortex. Think of the polar vortex as a large area of very cold, low-pressure air that typically circulates around the Arctic. Normally, a strong and stable jet stream acts like a fence, keeping this frigid air contained in the polar regions. However, this winter, the polar vortex has become stretched and weakened. This instability lets lobes of the vortex break off and wander south, spilling intensely cold air into the mid-latitudes. Canada, the United States. This southward push of Arctic air is guided by the jet stream. When the polar vortex is disrupted, the jet stream can become highly amplified and develop deep troughs. It's inside those troughs that Arctic air plunges southward. Current forecasts show the jet stream dipping far into the central United States and the eastern United States, creating a direct pathway for cold air to invade. This wavy jet stream pattern is stubborn. That's why we expect multiple successive blasts. Each surge is a distinct pulse of energy moving along the jet stream. The numbers associated with this forecast paint a stark picture of the severity of the coming cold. Across a wide swath of the northern United States, central United States, large parts of Canada temperatures are expected to plummet dramatically. Forecasters are predicting temperatures will fall 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit below normal for this time of year, for tens of millions across both nations. In some areas of the upper Midwest northern plains, this could mean actual air temperatures dropping to minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit, or even minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, without even factoring in the wind chill. The jet stream pattern will steer the cold deep into the central United States, southern United States, eastern United States. This means states as far south as Texas, Louisiana, Georgia could experience freezing temperatures and potentially hazardous winter precipitation. All told, the Arctic air could affect more than 250 million people across 40 states, according to AccuWeather. Wind chill values will make the cold even more dangerous. To understand the potential impact of the coming cold, we need only look back at recent history. The historic Arctic blast and snowstorm that struck the southern United States in January of this year serves as a powerful and relevant case study. An Arctic blast plunged into the southeastern United States on Sunday, January 19th, arriving just in time for the on-average coldest stretch of the year. That event demonstrated how disruptive and dangerous Arctic air can be when it reaches regions that are ill-equipped to handle it. It brought record-breaking low temperatures and fueled a winter storm that dropped historic snowfall across parts of the South. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the temperature plummeted to a staggering 7 degrees Fahrenheit on January 22nd. This marked the airport's coldest temperature since records began in 1930, a testament to the intensity of the cold. The strain on the power grid was immense. The travel chaos during the January storm was a major story. Major interstates were closed for extended periods, leaving motorists stuck in their cars in freezing conditions. The primary danger during an extreme cold outbreak is the direct threat to human health and life. The combination of frigid temperatures, the biting winds, creates a hazardous environment where frostbite and hypothermia can occur with alarming speed. Frostbite is the freezing of skin and underlying tissues. First signs: numbness, white or grayish-yellow skin. Untreated frostbite can cause permanent damage and, in severe cases, amputation. Wind chills forecasted can cause frostbite on exposed skin in minutes, making any outdoor time risky without proper protection. Hypothermia is an even more insidious threat. Warning signs: uncontrollable shivering, memory loss, disorientation, slurred speech, drowsiness. Check on those populations frequently during a cold snap to ensure warmth and safety. The threat extends indoors if power outages occur. Every home must have working carbon monoxide detectors. Preparing your home is one of the most effective actions you can take to mitigate the risks of an Arctic blast. The most immediate and costly threat is frozen pipes. When water freezes, it expands. That expansion can burst a pipe. leading to catastrophic flooding and water damage. Protect vulnerable pipes in unheated areas. Insulate pipes with foam sleeves or with heat tape. During the coldest periods, allow faucets to drip slowly to keep water moving. Your heating system will be working overtime. Ensure it's in good working order. Check your furnace filter. Replace it if it's dirty. A clean filter improves airflow and efficiency, reducing strain. If you use space heaters, exercise extreme caution. Keep them at least 3 feet from curtains, bedding, furniture. Never leave a space heater unattended. Never use an extension cord with one. Replace batteries in smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. Designate one smaller warm room for everyone. Close off other rooms to contain heat. Use a generator only outdoors and far from windows to avoid carbon monoxide. The series of Arctic blasts will make travel extremely difficult, and in some cases dangerous. Snow, sleet, freezing rain will create slick and hazardous road conditions across a vast portion of the country. Bridges, overpasses freeze first and stay frozen longer. Avoid travel if at all possible during the peak of these cold waves. Postpone any non-essential trips. If you must be on the road, preparation and driving habits matter. Equip your car with an emergency supply kit, blankets, extra warm clothing, flashlight with extra batteries, first aid kit, non-perishable food, water, and a bag of sand or cat litter for traction. Keep your gas tank at least half full. Keep your cell phone fully charged. Bring a portable power bank. When you are driving, your full attention is required. Slow down significantly. Increase following distance to 8 to 10 seconds. If you start to skid, remain calm. Steer in the direction you want the front of the car to go. Do not slam on the brakes. Air travel will also face significant disruptions. Icy runways, de-icing procedures, staffing issues. If you have a flight, check with your airline constantly for updates. Be prepared for long waits and build extra flexibility into your plans. Travel disruptions could persist for the better part of 2 weeks. Extreme weather events like this prolonged Arctic outbreak reveal the strength of a community. Our collective responsibility is to look out for those who are most vulnerable to the severe cold. This includes older adults, especially those who live alone, young children, individuals with chronic illnesses, and people experiencing homelessness. Communities must act swiftly to expand shelter capacity and open emergency warming centers. It is vital that the locations and operating hours of these shelters are communicated clearly and widely. Do not leave pets outdoors for extended periods. Bring them inside. Farm animals also require protection, including access to unfrozen drinking water and shelter from the biting wind. Clear communication is paramount. Coordinate with utility companies and mobilize community groups for wellness checks and deliveries. A proactive, coordinated community response is our best defense against the widespread impacts of this severe weather. If you see someone in distress from the cold, call local non-emergency services or 911 to connect them with assistance. Check on them frequently. The well-being of our animals is a reflection of our preparedness and compassion. The window for preparation is closing. This is not a forecast to be taken lightly. It is a clear and urgent call to action. The impending series of 4 Arctic blasts over the next 2 weeks represents a significant, prolonged hazard. Prepare your home, family, and community now. Begin at home. Go through your winter emergency kit now. Non-perishable food. 1 gallon of water per person per day. Prescription medications, flashlights, and fresh batteries. Locate your warmest blankets and clothing. Protect your home. Insulate pipes. Seal drafts. Ensure your heating system is ready. Know your water main shutoff valve location. If you must travel, make your vehicle winter ready and stock an emergency kit. Keep phones and portable chargers fully powered. Discuss your family's emergency plan. Where will you meet if separated? How will you stay in touch if power or cell service is down? Check in with neighbors, especially elderly or those needing help. Share information and resources. Finally, stay informed. Forecasts will be refined as the event nears. Monitor the National Weather Service and local news. Watch temperature forecasts. Watch wind chill values. Watch snow and ice accumulation information. Heed emergency management officials. Do not be caught off guard. Forecast models show high confidence in this developing pattern. The initial blast will be the opening act, paving the way for colder air to follow. It's a classic Arctic outbreak setup, but 4 separate surges in 2 weeks is what makes this noteworthy. The volume of displaced polar cold is immense. Now is the time to review your winter safety plans. Check your emergency supplies. Prepare for what will likely be the most significant cold event of the season so far. Treat this with utmost seriousness. The potential for widespread disruption is high. Affected. The stability of our power grid. Infrastructure not ready for a sustained deep freeze will be tested. Roads that become icy may remain so for days. Pipes at risk of freezing will face prolonged threat.